Good morning, everyone. So everybody's heard about health in a lot of ways. Now cleansing, right? We've heard about it from Rob as well, to do with acid alkaline, and I'm going to put that together. Now, typically, a good title for this talk is actually "Change Your Oil, Change Your Health." And I just want to read something very quickly from an Omega-3 summit. So people from around the world, including Canada, come together. So lipids is another name for oil, right? Another name for oil. So here's what it says in the last year's summit. It says, a growing body of evidence that lipids are key to preventing this pandemic of mental and neurodegenerative diseases that threatens public health worldwide. So one of the things I can tell you, the leading cause of people going on long-term disability is mental illness. So I'm Cheryl Millet. I am the director of OHM Canada, which is a company, but I'm also doing consultations. I also speak to the Toronto District School Board, the teachers when they have, you want to know what they do on their PD day? That's what they do. They listen. If they have a desire to learn about health, their stress, reduce all that, then I'll go in and talk to them. But today what you have to try to get from this is something that's going to make a difference, because I don't know if you hear on the radio many times Alzheimer's, depression, the increase of autism, ADHD, all of these things which actually affect the brain. Now first I want to tie in, I've got some pictures here, and I think that's going to be very helpful for everybody to understand what I'm trying to get across. So my biggest thing is research, and I know my purpose is to help people. My purpose is going to be education, absolutely first. What you do with it will be absolutely up to you, right? Absolutely. But if you don't have the education, do you have the choice? You don't have to, you don't know. So just for this, and many other areas you're going to read, just to know, your mental health, brain being the most valuable organ in your body, is by far something you want to nourish and take care of. So for example, 40% of the nutrients from the blood actually goes to your brain. 40%. 20% of the blood flow, right? 25% of the oxygen, the air. It's 30% of the water. 40% of the nutrients drawn. And your brain is only 2 to 3%. But hear about the sports, right? Concussion, all of that. So your brain is responsible for the communication in your body, is responsible for running the body. Does that make sense? Okay. Just want to make sure you're with me. So let me get back into how things can tie in to what Rob said, right? To do with the acid alkaline, very, very important, right? So, 7 stages to disease. How many people have heard of 7 stages to disease? Probably heard it. It's been around for thousands of years, but nobody is being educated on it. And I just love to do it, and I always get people to ask me to repeat it. First, you start off with enervation, right? Great energy, good elimination processes. The second you go into, okay, well, maybe you drank too much last night. Okay, that's an acute toxemia. So second stage is toxemia. This is where the elimination process is, your energy comes down. And so we know, as we're talking, right, Cheryl, we're talking about how toxic chemicals are in everything. They are in air, water, you know, these are the big things, but they're in so many areas. We're so disconnected from making everything for ourselves that the toxins and chemicals are everywhere. They're everywhere. But not to fear, because that creates an acid environment in the body, you know, to live out of fear. But they're there. So they fit in, they build in the toxemia in the body. Third stage is, well, if you get enough toxemia in your body, toxins, you actually get irritated, which would be if you spilled something, toxic chemicals on your skin, it would get irritated, right? Further to that, we have stage 4, which is actually inflammation. So you get enough irritation, you get enough poking, you get enough garbage building up. You haven't put it out, now it's, you know, a few months. What it ends up happening is you get inflamed, you blow up, and that can happen anywhere in the body. But the most valuable thing is inflammation is part of every disease. So itis means inflammation, but every disease, cancer, diabetes, doesn't matter if they have itis, but and there will be no medical person that will argue with that. So inflammation, so learning to manage inflammation is going to be critical. But just to go in the next few, 3 stages. We have ulceration, which is splitting, right? Lower limb amputation, diabetics, that would be that. But think of splitting, right? Ulceration. The 6th one is what they call scarring, or induration, actually. But anybody hear of hardening? Okay, hardening of the arteries, hardening scar tissue, all of that becomes the 6th stage. If the body is not healing or going and reversing back the stages, we get to the final 7th stage, which is called fungation. Doesn't sound pretty, but this is where the cells will go from aerobic, like oxygen, right? And we talk about oxygen, to anaerobic, like bacteria. So it's not surviving on oxygen. Now, all of these stages are actually meant to keep your body working, right? To keep it going. So they're not to be feared technically. They're actually helping you stay. They're actually helping you still do what the body wants you to do. It's the miracle, really. So all of this, but can be reversed. So this is the 7th stage where they'll say, oncologists will say, this is where you have cancer. Okay, that's the 7th stage. The acid-alkaline pH balance comes into play here because anaerobic cells, right, and no oxygen, will actually cause an environment. So Otto Warburg, who won a Nobel Prize, determined 100 years ago, 1/3 less oxygen in your cells, cancer will survive. So it's not only the key to breathe, although if we breathe, that is going to be very helpful to get the oxygen into the lungs. But one of the most important things is actually get the oxygen into the cells. That makes sense? The cells. Everybody remember taking biology? Yes. So just to give you a picture, remember the cells, right? This is how it comes to oil. The oil, not necessarily the oil, but the things that are found in oil. Does that make sense? The essential fatty acids is not an oil. It's not a fat. So when I say change your oil, oftentimes it's what's in the oil that matters. The cell wall of the membrane is highly, how can I say, kept in integrity by the essential fats, which are the ones that you don't get. But also, if you remember, there's all the things that are in the cell. The nucleus that holds the DNA, the Golgi apparatus, and there's the mitochondria, which is the furnace. All of these also have membranes. So if you want to get the oxygen into the cell, the one way to do it is have integrity of the cell wall. So having said that, what does that mean? Well, good essential fatty acids. If you consume margarine, if you consume too much saturated fat, so you're missing out on the essential fats, maybe even just olive oil, maybe you're just navigating to these fats, that's not enough. It means here's a door for to let things in, well now the door looks like this, so things won't go in. But that goes into getting the things into the cell, but also speaks to the fact that your DNA is protected by vitamin D. And that vitamin D can get into the cells, but if you don't have enough essential fatty acids, so you're lacking in any essential fatty acids, also the nucleus wall may not get the vitamin D may not pass into the nucleus wall. It's a lot of technical stuff, a little bit of technical stuff. But you're understanding, and part of the thing really about education is giving you the knowledge so you know how it works, so you have a better appreciation, and you might take that step forward, to do something. So I've learned a lot about on fast and continue to learn lots and lots. When you change your oil and you have the right essential fatty acids in your body, plant is something that we've heard of, fish is something that we've heard of, and a lot of people are navigating to it, but guess what? The plant oils and the fish oils do not create a healthy cell wall. The plant is different than us, the fish is different than us. And you better be converting your oils. But guess what? Many of the processed foods, we're talking about packaged foods, stay away from packaged foods, have a lot of the processed fats, all the vegetable oils, all those highly processed vegetable oils, corn, anything corn, it's corn byproducts, right, are going to create too much medicine, too much of the unhealthy essential fats, and they will interfere with the conversion. Anybody feed a newborn baby canola oil or sunflower oil? Would you feed a newborn baby fish oils? They're not like us. They're not going to be part of the formula what's coming from the breast. What's coming from the breast is what they call a mammalian essential fatty acid, which over the last 15 years, really 15 years ago is when they discovered it, but mammalian essential fats are what you're using to build that cell wall, what you're using to fire the brain. 20% of the brain is the long-chain polyunsaturated fats, or essential fatty acids. Your brain runs the body. You need to have the right oil. If you don't, the statistics of what's happening with depression and what's happening with mental illness are going to be eventually there. I mean, it's absolutely worldwide. It's not even with the Western diet. And the reason why I say Western diet is because recently they did a study with essential fatty acids, vegans, raw foods, vegetarians, and I'm very much into raw food, whole food, fresh food, natural food. Listen to my 25-minute interview on all of this stuff. I'm not going into the details, so I guess it's a good reason why you'll have it here. You can replay it and you can understand it better. Okay? But it's very, very valuable to understand how these essential fatty acids, and the mammalian is like us. So breast milk really truly is, if the mother has essential fatty acids, will truly support the baby's immune system. You know, how many allergies, children? Support the brain. How many ADHD and autistic children? I met a parent in the store, and I knew it was kind of an angel. Go to the store before you go to the bank. She has 2 autistic children, 1 nonverbal and 1 verbal. And she's like watching what I'm putting on the counter and asking me questions, and it was just because there were questions, and that's why I'll encourage you to ask questions, that we actually got into the conversation of what I know and what I could share with her, and many of the groups that she said she's going to put me in touch with. But your brain, the immune system is the third key thing. How many people have allergies, food sensitivities, get sick at least once a year? Flu, we see it. All of these diseases, 90%, I was on a panel of experts at a recent convention, 90% plus immune system dysfunction for all diseases that are going on. And the essential fatty acids support that. So quickly, I want to jump into something very unique that I've never talked about, okay, in video anyways. It's vibrational. Everybody familiar with CDs? If I take these CDs out of here, typically they're going to look like a CD, right? They won't have a picture on it, but now most of them do pictures out. There's just not one in there. But they're usually on one side of the color, but on the other side, typically they look the same, right? But if I put this CD in the music player, right, vibrationally the song on here is actually going to give you disco, whereas this one will do classical. They look the same, but they deliver a different message, right? A different sound, something you will hear differently. So, mammalian versus plantar versus fish, same thing. The fish gives you a different message. It's like a square peg in a round hole. How many people take fish oil? How many people know people who take fish oil? How many people seen fish oils on a shelf? Advertising for fish oils. Fish oils are not like us. They will play a different song. So if you want optimum brain function, you eat the plant, you better be converting of enough. Remember I said enough? That is one of the critical things. You need to get enough. So with that, the lights go out. With that, what I wanted to talk about the next step. Everybody knows about a CD? Everybody knows about a DVD. Difference is, you're hearing the sound, but with one you're actually seeing a picture. Now, is a picture worth 1,000 words? Yes. If you take fish oils, you're like hearing the sound. With a DVD, be it mammalian oil or the right long-chain essential fatty acids, you're actually hearing the song, the right vibration, but you're also getting the picture. Now, anybody hear of vibrational medicine? No. Vibrational medicine is up and coming. Again, everybody believes we're energy. Everybody can kind of get that. We know from music, the sound, the vibration, and how that music, listening to piano, which is what I love. So I encourage anybody to go to an event where you can actually sit and just listen to music. Close your eyes. The pictures that you may get, the vibration, the feelings. The feelings are vibrational. Well, this is really vibrational medicine I'm kind of introducing you to. And that is what they're measuring, that's what they're doing. It's not really common knowledge. It's not really going to be talked about a lot. Just like they're not going to be talking about mammalian oil for a while. It takes a while. But let me give you another example how the body, nice big eye, right? I am a iridologist, and one of the things about that why I can read this eye is because the vibration in the body. See how there's openings here? If this was a great constitution, the fibers would be straight. They would be all like that. But this person has some inherited weaknesses, what we call lacunas, and this is a vibration. The eye is picking up via the nervous system what's happening in the body vibrationally. And that's why I'm showing you the picture, because I want you to understand. Other things like reflexology and such things like that are picking up through tension, through pain, through different things like that, which are vibrating, right? And so you need to get the right essential fatty acids with the right balance, which is going to be critical. Which I'm happy, to tell Lawrence when I have another presentation, you come out and hear a little bit more detail, right? So smile, because when you smile and when you laugh, you actually send vibrations in your body that actually help your body be more alkaline. So the essential fatty acids actually help your body be more alkaline. And this is what I'm going to close with. Your cell wall has everything to do with getting in and getting out, right? That's easy. That's what you learn mostly about. But guess what? What they discovered through vibrational and through energy is it actually has a vibration to it when needed to kick in the healing potential, which is actually being more alkaline. So you can eat as much alkaline food as you can, and I encourage to have that balanced diet. But to have the integrity of the cell wall and to be able to increase the alkalinity when you need to heal. So you need to have more alkalinity, like negative 50 charge, okay, to get a little bit number. 7.25 on the average pH that we think about blood. It has to go up to 7.85. And what the cell wall can do at the time of need, it will do that. So you need to have that acid-alkaline balance diet, absolutely. Not that you need a lot of fruit. I'd focus on the vegetables and a balanced diet, right? It would be very important. But what I want to go back to is how cleansing can fit in. Remember I talked about the 7 stages to disease? The 2 root causes of diseases are nutritional deficiencies and toxins and chemicals. How all that plays into the body, I can go on for hours and hours, so I'm not going to go into that. Stress burns up the nutrients and also causes its own toxicity in the way it creates the chemicals, because you're only a chemical soup, and I mentioned this before. You're all one big chemical soup, and you'll all need different chemicals at different times. But if you keep continuously having negative thoughts, keep continuously feeding in foods that are making your body more acidic, don't have the ability to heal, you're going to stay in that acid environment, and things like cancer and all other diseases and how you move along the 7 stages of disease are going to be inevitable. Because we do not have the power, in a lot of ways, people have the power to make choice, which is what I would rather instill. But there's, we have corporates, right? We have big business and all of that. But, so change your oil, change your health, has more than you will ever imagine an impact on how you think, your clarity, how you heal, how you will vibrate, how you'll get into spirituality, because the brain, with that mental, that clarity, the awareness, the consciousness, that's all coming from the brain. So I wish everybody good health. I'm off to Africa for 1 month to do some brain research and mind potential stuff and some meetings, and absolutely some adventure. Okay, so thank you very much, Cheryl Millet, Director of OWN Canada.